Game 7 is on Sunday, and this is one of the most important Knicks games in I don't know how long. All that and much more on the Knicks Digest. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dariel from Knicks Digest. What do we need to do in order to win Game 7? What do we need to do in order to not get embarrassed by the Indiana Pacers? Because the Indiana Pacers do not deserve to win a Game 7, and on top of that, a Game 7 at MSG. At MSG, where we're considered the best fans in the NBA, no, it cannot happen. But in order to do that, there are three keys that we need to have in order to win Game 7. The first one, Coach Tibbs, this is going to be on you. The pace of play. So by now, we all know that the Indiana Pacers, they don't like to play defense and they like to get up and down the court. But with all the injuries that we have, OG, Bogdanovich, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, who's been hobbled and he's playing pretty much gimpy. Like, I just named 6 to 7 players, and all of them are rotational players that are part of the team. We need to muck it up. We need to make it dirty. We need to make it a throwback 90s game. Shout out Charles Oakley. Shout out Charles Smith. Shout out Patrick Ewing, John Starks, the whole gang. RIP Anthony Mason. In my opinion, I think the only way we can make this a competitive game is just if we get nasty. We got to get super physical. We got to just be all over them. We got to be up in their grill. We got to make sure that they can't just walk into the garden and think that things are sweet. That also conserves energy. The Indiana Pacers, they like to get up and down. And right now, with the bodies that we have available, we just don't have that capability. We don't have the capability of having people come in and go up and down with the Indiana Pacers. I mean, right now, with Josh Hart being out, Precious Achiuwa is going to get more minutes. Alec Burks is going to get more minutes. Between the two, I mean, Alec Burks is young enough, athletic enough, but Precious, I don't have the most confidence in. If we could slow it down, increase the physicality, make the refs blow the whistle a lot, conserve energy for Brunson, Dante, Josh Hart if he plays. But all the main players that we're going to have, we need to do everything possible in order to conserve that energy and also try and conserve their fouls. What's the next important key in order for us to win Game 7? Alec Burks and Deuce McBride. So with Josh Hart, I don't know if he's not going to play. I don't know if he's going to play, but he's going to play through the injury. I mean, some of the remarks that some of the players have said after Game 6, Deuce McBride said that I think he talked to Josh Hart, and Josh Hart is feeling better. So that's kind of something to look forward to. But if Josh Hart is going to play and he's not 100%, Alec Burks and Deuce McBride, you guys need to step up. And since Deuce has been getting more minutes, I'm kind of putting my expectations with Deuce. Alec Burks, the last few games, he has been getting off the bench, but Deuce has been a rotational player since the beginning of the playoffs. And Alec Burks has been out of the rotation before he started getting burned, before he started getting minutes, and before the Bogdanovich injury. He was out of the rotation for the last, month and a half, or 2 months. So Deuce and Alec Burks, yeah, you guys really need to step it up, and we need you guys to step it up offensively. But in my opinion, my eyes are going to be a little bit more attached to Deuce. In Game 6, I believe Deuce had 20 points. But if Josh Hart is going to play and if he's going to play injured, I'm looking for Deuce to have anywhere between 20 to 24 points. And at Game 7 at the Garden to move on to the next round, I'm not entirely sure I could put all my eggs in that basket as far as Deuce being that type of player. But at this point, you just got to come out to play, man. Game 7, there's enough with the adjustments, enough with the game plans. It's all about who wants it more. It's all about who's going to be diving on the floor for more of those 50-50 balls, for all those loose balls. You already know all the schemes, defensive, offensive. You know the type of players that you guys are going up against. Pascal Siakam with that 2 dribbles and that spin-off every single time. You guys know exactly what you guys are going up against. It's all about heart and will. Who is going to be on the floor the most? Who is going to play with that competitive edge in Game 7? And Deuce, me personally, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on you. At this point, Deuce, you've been on the floor more than enough to be comfortable. You started Game 6 and you started Game 5. You know what the Indiana Pacers are going to throw at you. I want to see you be aggressive going to the rim and know that you're going to need to help Jalen Brunson and Dante. And I want you to step up to the plate. Alec Burks, at this point, just provide us with what you can provide. Energy, and you can put the ball in the bucket. So when you have the opportunities, take them, seize them. Don't be timid. Don't be out there playing to try and not make a mistake. You are more than capable of blowing up for a 20-25 point game. what is, in my opinion, the most important key. We're talking about Brunson and DiVincenzo. And if you take a look here, it says Brunson God mode. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But DiVincenzo, we need you to be the Robin to Jalen Brunson's Batman. What does that look like? In Game 7, we're going to need you to drop anywhere between 20 to 25, possibly even 28 points. We need you to be that consistent threat, because if Josh Hart is not going to be able to play, or if he's going to play, he's going to be playing injured. We're going to need someone else to fill in those shoes. And we're not going to be asking you to be all over the floor like Josh Hart and being a rebounding wizard. We just need you to be a threat on the floor to relieve some of the stress, to relieve some of the defensive pressure off of Jalen Brunson's shoulders. We need somebody to be able to hit the threes in order to focus the defense and slouch off of Jalen Brunson. Because if you are hitting your threes, that's going to open up the game for Jalen Brunson that much more. The defense is going to have to play you honest with you hitting your threes. So if the defense is playing you honest, they can't really sag off you. They can't really double team Brunson. So if Brunson's going to be going one-on-one with Nembhard, with Nesmith, we've seen all series that Brunson's been able to cook anybody in front of him. We're going to give Brunson the opportunity to keep cooking more. And now to Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, like I said, we're going to need you to have a God-like game. You're the best player on the team. Even if Julius Randle is healthy, in my opinion, you are the leader of the team. You can't have a Tyrese Halliburton type of Game 5 and I think Game 6 as well. Game 6, he had 15 points, but he wasn't really a huge part of the win, in my opinion. But we can't have you be like Tyrese Halliburton and go ghost. We need you to show the Knicks fans, we need you to show everybody else around the league that when the lights are on, you are able to perform. That when the pressure is at its highest, you are the one that's going to pull us through the tape. You are the one that's going to pull us through the line and lead us to the promised land. And right now, what does the promised land look like? It looks like on to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics. If we win Game 7 and Jalen Brunson has a 40 to 45 burger ball, first and foremost, it'll be the first time they win the Eastern Conference Finals since the 99-2000 season. We went to the finals against the San Antonio Spurs. But second, I think the conversation around Jalen Brunson is going to go even to another level. And the conversation level that Jalen Brunson's name is in right now, I believe that he's getting the respect from the media. But if he's able to pull off, like I said, a 40, 45-point burger ball in a Game 7 in the Garden to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, where we haven't been in, 20 years, Jalen Brunson is going to be in the conversation for one of the best players, not just point guards, players in the league. And Brunson, seeing you come to the Knicks, seeing what you've been able to provide us in the first season, getting past the first round and unfortunately losing to the Miami Heat in 6 games, but getting past the first round, upsetting the Cleveland Cavaliers in 5 games, and getting in the second round where we haven't been since that one Carmelo Anthony season in 2012, 2013, I believe. And then this season getting us to a Game 7 in the second round of the Eastern Conference. We have the utmost confidence in you. We haven't seen a player like you in the Knicks uniform since I don't know when. And an honorable mention, what we're going to need in Game 7 to get past the Indiana Pacers and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals, the crowd, the MSG crowd. If you're watching this video and you're going to the game, we need you to be the loudest. We need you to be the craziest you've ever been, because I don't know how many times I could say it. Brunson playing hobbled, Josh Hart playing with an injury now. All the players that I can't even list them because I'm so tired of listing them. But like Game 7, we know that the Indiana Pacers are gonna. Actually, we don't know, but in my opinion, the Indiana Pacers are gonna come out extremely desperate. The only thing is that the Indiana Pacers, they haven't proven to win at the Garden. They haven't proven to shown us to be level-headed in a Game 7 in a really tight pressure moment. It's their first experience with this nucleus of a group, and a Game 7 in the Garden, I don't think they're up for it. This is why I bring it back around to the Garden crowd. We need you to be all over the Indiana Pacers. Make up as many chants as possible. Boo them as loud as you want. We need the crowd to give the energy to the players. But those are my 3 keys in order for us to win Game 7. We need to slow the pace down. We need to make it a throwback 90s game, because it's going to conserve the energy of our important players. Brunson, Dante, Josh Hart if he plays, Isaiah Hartenstein. We need Dante DiVincenzo, and we need Alec Burks Brooks or one of the two to play good in a Game 7. And in my opinion, I'm putting my money on Deuce. And we also need Donte DiVincenzo to be a threat in Game 7. We need you to be hitting from three-point land. We need you to be hitting, just getting in your offensive groove. We're going to need anywhere between 20 to 25 to 28 points in order for us to win in Game 7. And Jalen Brunson, we need you to be the best player on the court that we've seen since you've been putting on the New York Knicks jersey. We need you to have a 40, 45-point burger ball, and we need you to cook every defender that's in sight. It's time to rip their hearts out. I don't care who's in front of you. Nembhard, Nesmith, I don't care if Miles Turner, I don't care if Reggie Miller comes from the stands. We need you to cook him as much as possible. If we are able to do those three things, we're going to be going to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 1999-2000. 1999-2000, guys. If you have been a Knicks fan like me since the Patrick Ewing 90s days, you know how much we've been suffering. We all know how much we've been miserable, and we deserve this. We deserve to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Indiana Pacers don't deserve this series win because we've been the better team. We've been the team that's been out hustling them, out muscling them, showing everybody that we have more grit. We just deserve this. We deserve a break as well. We just deserve to win Game 7. Talking about all these points is getting me all riled up, man. I can't wait for Sunday Game 7. Let's go, baby. But that's it for today's video, guys. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about my 3 points and the 3 keys for us to win Game 7. The pace of play, Alec Burks and Deuce McBride, Donte DiVincenzo and Jalen Brunson going God mode. Leave it in the comments. Let me know if you guys want to see something else. But until next time, guys, you know the drill. You know the vibes. Taj Gibson for president. Jalen Brunson for MVP, for all the MVPs, and for Jalen Brunson going God mode in Game 7. The deuce is loose. We need you for co-MVP in Game 7. But guys, Game 7, Sunday, 3:30 Eastern Time. It's time for the Knicks to finally rise up and get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's go, baby. Brunson, let's go, baby. We need you to go God mode, 40, 45-point burger ball. Let's go, baby. I'll check you on the next video. Peace.